was billed as the ultimate sports podcast.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
Everybody has been waiting.
I'm God gifted.
He's a bull. I'm the matador.
This is the Weekend Guy Podcast, and it begins now.
Speaking of the Bok week,
Big game.
it's gonna be. I wanted to go do the whole Guijo thing with the Guijo squad.
Okay.
Since work commitments.
So, damn. I was about to ask you, why aren't you doing it?
No, work commitments, mate. It's month end. I cannot be leaving the
Bills,
office.
you got bills to pay.
Yeah, I got bills to pay. Got people to
You see,
service,
guys,
mate.
Still, I'm a sponsor so that we can do this full time.
Yes.
And then he doesn't have work commitments.
World Cup is coming up, guys.
This would be
Cricket
work
is coming
commitments.
up. Cricket World Cup is coming up. World Cup is coming up. Cricket World Cup is coming up. I mean, the year is like jam-packed.
Yeah.
So I want to bring you guys, up hand
All
because
the sports.
I actually
All
want to
the
go to
sports.
Naturena to the killer chip shop, go buy the kit, those kind of things, those epicness.
Why are you hurting yourself?
That green one.
Ah.
Nah, we're gonna get to my team. Let's continue
you know,
with the boss.
If Nike had a second draft of a kit they didn't want to use, it's that case.
Jesus, says the Morocco Solos fan. What are you wearing exactly?
I don't know. Solos, when's the official jersey? Guys? I'm waiting. Okay. Until sample.
Hey, brother, we're pushed,
something.
brother. We're pushed,
Hey.
we're pushed, mate. We're pushed. Our kid is out
Come
there.
on,
As
Solos.
ugly as it is, but it's still our kid. We're gonna rock it.
Exactly, and the league is starting now.
Yeah, no.
Hi.
And Morocco Solos, no way.
Hi.
We don't know.
Hi. We shall wait.
Yeah.
We shall wait.
Cheston is very excited about playing. Hey, let's talk about the team. Damn.
Yes.
Jesus, I messed
You,
up there.
you know the South African rugby proverb
Damn.
about having a winger who's coloured with a scrum cap.
Damn, bro. Yo.
That
No.
is more dangerous than any Big Five animal in the wild.
I think there we went for what I like about, and this is what people look forward to. When I got to this part where shout out to the guy yesterday, he dropped us a comment.
Yeah,
That guy was looking forward to the podcast. I think
we're back.
we're back, and
Yeah.
this is the section maybe he was looking most forward to going into Saturday's game. Okay, so from my unqualified analysis opinion is that
You're socially qualified.
the Springbok coaches
Yeah.
are playing now the second formation. I agree we've got the formation of one bomb squad.
Yes.
Second formation is 5-3 backline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, keeping our options open.
Yeah, keeping options open. So what that thing is giving us is that now you actually, okay, with Cheslin, with Umani Liebok is not going to play the high ball too much. He plays those passes past the center.
Yes.
Let's just keep it there.
He's a feeder.
The feeder, yeah. So
Yeah, pack.
two things are being tested with Umani.
Okay.
Is
What are
that if Urasa says, money, give me the up and under game.
Yes.
For Cheslin to chase.
Yes.
Is he going to be able to do it now?
Mm-hmm.
So is he going to play the Pollard game if required?
If required, yeah.
So that might
Because
be the
we-
instruction.
Yeah, we need. It's also, I think, our basic go-to.
Yeah, it's creating
tactics.
flexibility for him as a fly-off as well. To
True.
say, okay, if this game plan says, test these wingers, né? Let them run to the high ball first. Né? Second point which is being tested, I think, in my humble opinion, uneducated, is that there's this thing of saying, this boy, Ketley Aronson,
Yes.
might replace my Pimpy in the eventual final team. Because my Pimpy is poor under the high ball. Price is always on that on the other podcast, that my Pimpy is very poor on the high ball, blah, blah, blah. But now they're saying, okay,
I still think the verdict's out. But
yeah,
okay, cool.
so it's still experimenting.
Yes.
So if Pollard plays the high ball, can Cheslin, can Unansek, or what's his ball?
Aronson.
Ketley Aronson, can he chase the high ball and fetch?
Yes.
Be able to catch it? Yeah, well, which is fine, which is what
Yeah.
they're testing. But
Because
obviously,
Chislin's spoken for.
yeah, he can chase the high
yeah,
ball
we're not
because
even
he's
gonna,
going to chase the
question
high
him.
ball. So that's what I feel like they're testing.
It's
but
an addition for
yeah,
Aronson again.
yeah. It will be, but
Okay.
it will be like a short test. Meaning, Umani might play one or two high balls,
Okay.
Not
So
because he's not that good when it comes to playing that and Grant Williams as well.
Yes.
He can do the
box kicks.
box kick.
Yeah.
But another thing we need to be aware of when you're doing the box kicks
Yeah.
usually is that we need to kick contestable box kicks.
Box
Not
kicks.
what Faf does.
Yes.
Okay, not what Faf did in the New Zealand game.
Yeah, where was
Kick it too far, too deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what we need to work on as well is that Grant did it well in the second half.
Yeah,
His high
his
balls are
spacing.
very contestable.
Yes.
Because they just go up here.
Shout out to
Faf
the
goes
shots.
forward. Yeah. Faf goes too forward and then
Yeah.
just giving the ball away like that, technically.
Okay, so just a quick one, maybe for our viewers, right? With the 4 Springbok wingers, how would you rank them from 1 to 4?
Yeah,
You don't have to explain. Or
Cheslin.
number 1 winger?
Okay,
Cheslin.
Cheslin, I'll go from the club last season. He played the Euro.
Final?
No, the Euro, but it's the what's it called? Europa League. The
Okay.
second one. They won that.
Champions
played very
Cup.
well. Yeah, Champions. No, it's not the Champions Cup. It's the EPCR, European Challenge Cup or something.
Yeah.
Like that. So he played very well before he left Toulon. Had a mega game playing at wing and then fullback.
So you'd rank him number 1?
So yeah, he start. Okay, let's put it World Cup final with it, and then who starts?
Yeah, no, I just want rankings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheslin is still our number 1 winger.
Okay.
At 14, he's right wing.
Okay.
At number 11, which is left wing, this is where the debate is. Umapimbi is not our number 1. I will accept that.
Based on form.
Yeah, he's been on a bit of a downward scale.
Okay.
Take into account the club game and the thingy, the international season.
Yeah.
Club game.
He hasn't been that hot.
Yeah, if we go back to club game, the last game was really sort of hot. It was the Harlequins game at home.
Okay.
Then they went over to Toulouse in France and then they got
were
blown
blown
away.
yeah.
Blown away. So
that lukewarm form has carried over from club to the international
Springbok.
scene.
To Springbok.
Okay.
To Springbok.
So in the top 4, where would you rank him?
He's third.
He's third.
Kirtley is above
Number
him.
2, Kirtley, then Moodley.
Yeah, Moodley is a right winger, so he plays 14. Moodley, we can pay you fullback and 14.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Mapimbi is still third. But if Unanse Kirtley has another blistering performance today, then he's going to be ahead of him in the World Cup final. I'm talking about the World Cup final.
Yeah.
If we get there.
Yeah.
And if Kirtley has another explosive game today, but the opposition is different.
True.
But you need to give him another chance to Kirtley. You give Mapimbi a chance against Wales, then you give Kirtley the New Zealand game, the Twickenham game.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you will see, okay, if Mapimbi still
He's
work,
about this life or not.
yeah, if Mapimbi still work,
Mapimpi,
yeah. So with him,
Yeah.
look at it this way: he's got a chance against Wales.
yes.
Then the World Cup starts.
Yeah.
But by the time we get to the New Zealand game, it will be clear who Kirtley is starting to be like he's under threat.
So which New Zealand game?
The Twickenham one.
test. Okay.
So Mapimbi is under threat. His
But
position is under
remember
threat.
what we had said initially regarding the Twickenham, the Twickenham game. It's the last trial for the guys who didn't get a chance to go at New Zealand in New Zealand.
Yeah, so he's going to get to Kirtley. No, Kirtley is going to New Zealand. Mapimbi is doing Wales. That's why they're playing it like this. I'm giving him Argentina, then Wales, then New Zealand.
Yes.
So Umapimbi is Wales' last chance to say, okay, after Kirtley's performance at altitude at a dry pitch is going to blow them away.
True.
Going to blow them away.
Yeah.
The pitch is too flat, altitude.
And also there's no rain forecast for this
There's
weekend, so it's
nothing.
going to be dry.
So-
Pretoria 2.0.
Yeah. After that game with the Chestnut on the other wing and so on, this combination going into the Wales game, which is going to be a wet surface in Cardiff because it's not winter, it's summer there, so it's dry. New Zealand will be also summer in England, but not as summery as us.
Yeah, they're moving into.
Mapimbi's last chance to say is number 1 number 11 is the Wales game.
Yeah.
Ukert is just going to cement it against New Zealand. If he does well, the next
If
game.
he does perform.
Yeah, if he perform, then if in against New Zealand he just does better than Mapimbi, he's starting the World Cup final be in front of Mapimbi. Okay, he's starting Ireland. Mapimbi can play Scotland, but the big game Ireland it's Kirtley on the wing with Cheslin. Then go to semi-final. Wafa, we don't know.
And let's see how it goes.
See, but Mapimpi, what makes me not lose hope in Mapimpi is that he's like a typical Springbok player. The Sharks exited Europe early,
Yes.
so he's been sitting for a very long
For
time.
a very, very long time.
Very long time.
On the positive side, the body's had a chance to recover.
And so he's fresh.
Gonna be,
So he's like
fresh. Yeah.
he's like the rest of the players, but he needs time. So the more we cook, because now people come in and like, no, he's a defensive weakness.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things coming in, but you cannot deny the combo of him and Lukanyu the 13,
True.
because they communicate in our language, me and you's language in Xhosa, when they're playing the game. So they're discussing the opponent in Xhosa, whereas Kurtley is Afrikaans. Lukanyu have to speak Afrikaans so that the opposition does not hear what they're saying, what they're planning.
Yeah.
So there's also that synergy involved
I think
as well.
more than anything else, they've got chemistry in those critical moments
Yeah, that's what you want.
makes a difference.
Yeah, so, but if push comes down to it, Kurtley outplays them, Lukanyu have to put chemistry whoever's on the field.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I also believe, I think at that level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Step up or step out, but also at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We understand that the next guy is as good as you.
Yeah.
So you don't get to that level and get so many caps because
Without
you're a fluke.
with being weak or something.
Yes.
like that, yeah.
So this challenge, for sure, I think Mapimpi, where he's at, he acknowledges that he's not at his best, but he's putting in that work to get there.
I think everyone is not at their best at the moment, and they're gonna come back. You know, this Argentina game gives us worlds. That's what I've been saying on the other podcast, because I had a very, very tough podcast with the price. So if you guys understand Vinak or Xhosa, you can watch that podcast, because we had a very long discussion on this whole thing. But the consensus is that I said to him, dude, let's give him time.
Yes.
Yeah, but let's give him time, because they highlight all sorts of weaknesses around Mapimpi. But I'm saying, guys, give the guy time to get to the World Cup. Then
True.
The nice thing about, if you really, really think of this, we've got Argentina, Wales, we've got New Zealand, World Cup, we've got Scotland, Tonga, Romania, Ireland. How many games is that? 7 games. Before you get the quarterfinal of the World Cup. So in this 7 games, a lot
can change.
Players come into their own. 7 games is a lot of games. I mean, by the time we get to game number 4 or whatever, those guys will be warm.
Also, for me, after all said and done, the goal is to win the World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah. We aim for the World Cup.
The goal.
Yeah.
How we build and
how we get there is
rise and fall.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The aim is to get to the World Cup.
As long as
you
win the World Cup.
Okay, I'm saying for me that the aim is just to get past the quarterfinal. And I'm hoping it's France.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping New Zealand win the first game, but New Zealand are busy fucking up. Even they're fucking up because, like, in this Saturday's team, they're playing the same team which played us.
Which is interesting.
Like, they're playing the ultimate team.
The ultimate team, but maybe it's just building chemistry. But as New Zealand, right? Understanding that the first game versus France determines who is then going to play the Springboks. Who would you rather face?
Me?
If you were New Zealand. Right? So you'd rather face Ireland.
Of course, yes.
So going into that game versus France, I think
you
New
lose.
Zealand, no, you win.
Yeah, you win because, of course, win. And then
right?
France, and you hope that you do. I want to face France in the quarterfinal, even if they're the home team, whatever.
No, disappoint them in front of their friends and family.
Yeah, but that's the game. Because if you play New Zealand, we're fucked. No, it's hard to beat New Zealand.
So I think New Zealand also wants to avoid us at all costs.
Yeah, because it's going to be.
When you look at World Rugby, they probably give us the most respect to say these are the guys who can take us down.
And another thing with that is that if they play us in the quarterfinal, they'll need to play the A team. And it's such a bruising game that when they come time, because the turnaround time is so little. So when they arrive at the semi-final, they'll be fucked up from the previous game.
100%.
Whoever plays in the semi-final is going to walk over them.
Yeah.
Because they'll need to give their ultimate game in the quarterfinal.
So how they're mapping it out is also avoid
South Africa. Yeah, they need to avoid us. They need to avoid us because it's going to be a bruiser.
And look, as a rugby fan, let us dream. Let us hope that we can get a South African-New Zealand final.
That's this thing. Because
that is the dream.
So if we all go, if South Africa and New Zealand go past the quarterfinal, it's gonna be them in the final. Because Australia and England are playing such a weak Group C and D, that they'll be too undercooked when they face us.
Did you see the update from World Rugby?
Yeah,
saying
that's
that they want to hold.
Yeah, they draw
the
closer
draw.
as closest to the World Cup as possible because they made a blunder anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck
proper.
Because now Australia, as much as it's going to be nice for them to breeze through the semi-final, they're going to come through undercooked.
100%.
They will not have faced
100%.
and then we're going to come through whoever comes through from our side will be fucking aggressive and fully cooked because we would have come from hell.
Yeah. Out of the kitchen into the burner.
Yeah, so you're not going to stop them.
Also, saying out of the kitchen into the burner, interesting question I have for you.
Okay.
Jesse Kriel, he hasn't had a minute of game time.
That's a bit worrying for me, to be honest. It's very worrying that he's only playing his first game in the third game of the season. Lukanya basically has been playing 2 games straight.
What
and
do
I
you
feel
think
like
management was thinking?
there are many factors which we're not really exposed to. Maybe he had a slight... no. Oh, shit, no. Now I see why. I remember why, sorry. Apologies for that.
Knowledge.
Yes. So what happened is Jesse Kriel... sorry, mate. I forgot this one. Jesse Kriel picked up a suspension in Japan. On the last game of the season.
That carried over.
He was suspended for 2 games. So he couldn't play. The coach said
whether
so. Sorry,
we
man.
wanted to or not.
Yeah, we couldn't play him. Sorry, man, I forgot. Rock actually said that, mentioned that in this week, but nobody knew that.
I'm sure he's raring to go.
Yeah, of course, because he would have played New Zealand clean, but he had a suspension. That's why. I almost forgot. I forgot.
But also he adds a different dynamic to our backline.
Yeah, for him, the nice thing about him, and people take him for granted, is that he can marshal the defense. Because he's been doing it for so many years.
Yes, I was about to say, right, when all is said and done with Jesse Kriel's Springbok career, do you think he'll be one of the most underrated Springboks? Because he hasn't been dominating as a starter, but he's always been in the fringes and in the squad, you know?
And you see, for me, at the current stage, not to diss Lukanya, but when it comes to fitness, I think Jesse Kriel is fitter.
Okay.
Because Lukanya's got the strap knee.
The feel, yeah.
But he's slowly working himself into it. But Jesse is fitter at the moment. Because he's injury free. He's fine.
True, because you know, if I look back the last 6 to 7 years, a name that's been consistent in that box squad is Jesse Kriel.
Even before Lukanya, actually. Lukanya took the jersey from him.
Yeah, and it's funny how Lucanio took the jersey from him, but excelled.
No, the difference between him and Jesse is plays a typical, I'm not going to go, he's a typical Bulls center.
Okay.
So he doesn't have the Lucanio flair.
Okay. So if we had to give them match ratings, Jesse every single game will give you between a 6.5 to an 8 performance.
He's good bench.
No. Hence what I'm saying, Guti. A 6.5 to 8, depending on the day, is you know what you're getting. Yeah. Right? Lucanio can rock up and
give you an 8. But Lucanio will give you an 8, regardless of a strap knee.
Yes.
He'll give you an 8.
Or a 9, because there was also a time where Lucanio was in the conversation of being the best rugby player, period, in the world.
So Lucanio will give you an 8, strap knee or not. 8 guaranteed. But on his game, on a game, that's what separates him from Jesse.
Yeah.
That's why there will never be a debate anymore that what separates them is that Lucanio on his injured, strapped knee, not injured but recovering knee, he'll give you an 8 on that knee.
Yeah.
Fully fit, he'll give you a 9.5 easy. Any game.
Yeah.
But he'll create something out of nowhere.
World class.
He's always able to give you something. Which is not. That's what separates them. He can't give you that extra thing you need. That cream from number 13. He doesn't have it.
Do we call it the X factor?
Yeah, the X factor. He doesn't have it. He's just a normal 13. But then in world rugby, we need the X factor at 13
to make a difference.
Yeah, he will play your typical bashing rugby. Jesse Kriel, Lucanio will give you grab a kick out of nowhere or whatever.
But regardless what we say, Jesse Kriel has a place in Springbok.
Yeah, of course, his bench.
Rugby.
Yeah, he's bench. He's
Okay.
not standby. He's bench.
Okay.
Always bench. He's
Okay.
good at covering 13. Because
Okay.
when he comes in, gives us 110% of his what is. It's actually going to be solid.
Yeah.
It's going to be solid. Like it's going to be solid. He's always
Uh,
solid.
yeah. Prove us right. Prove us right that look, you are one of the guys we can always count on. You know, he doesn't have a off day.
Yeah, no, for me he's fine. I know he's got his detractors, but one thing people need to understand that going into a World Cup, everybody got a role to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
and understanding that role is critical for success.
You see, you put it completely to the T that each player has a role to play and understanding that role. It's like, oh, this boy, Arge,
Yes.
been benching for the past 3 games.
Yeah. But the bigger picture is understand your
Yeah,
role.
your
Know
role.
your role.
He knows his role. He's not panicking because he can start.
Yeah.
One will complain that why is Marvin always starting ahead of Arge? But
and it's easy for the detractors to look at it that way.
But at the end of the day, Arge knows his role. He knows
Yes.
what is being planned. He's been told. No need to panic. He's getting game time. Slowly but
Yes.
surely, that injury he's been getting. By the time the World Cup comes, he'll be well cooked.
True. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that how you broke down the 7 games up until quarterfinals.
Quarterfinal, yeah.
And you know when you look at that with the long-term view, there'll be plenty of opportunities for gents to put their hands up.
Plenty.
And the nice thing also about our management is they do reward good performances.
Yeah, good performance. Because
You know.
Arge is in hot form. He's in hot form.
Yes.
But you also need to manage him properly because he's prone to injury.
True.
So you want to give him a few minutes, warm him up, because he's already warmed up. He played URC final.
URC, yeah.
So he's warmed up, but you want to preserve him.
To make sure that he peaks at the right time.
Because you don't want to lose, yeah.
I'm
That's
with
what.
you.
That's all it is, guys. People are saying that, and we had this Price, we had this discussion that he's tired of the Springboks losing to New Zealand. I'm like, dude, we don't need that at the moment. This year, it's a World Cup year. We want to
No
get
one
to.
remembers who won Tri Nations.
In a World Cup year, nobody cares. So we want to get there and then make sure that our players peak at the right time.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's what we want. That's all we want. That they peak at the right time. Quarterfinal. Now you get them there. Ooh, but 25 million is looking hot already.
I wanted to ask, right?
Wow.
I wanted to ask because I see he's captain this weekend.
Yeah, he's captain. Yeah.
Ahead
of Eben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think the thinking is behind that?
It's always been like that. If Usia was not captain of Springboks, Dwayne should have been captain in his place. Yeah, because Dwayne is like
Natural born leader.
He's a leader. Yeah. They're born, they're not made. So Eben is one. So Eben needs to focus on his game because of his whole father passing, and he's coming from an injury as well. Condolences to him. But he was injured for a very long time. He didn't play like the closing of the last season. So to put pressure on him as captain, it becomes a bit of a problem. Plus, he's an enforcer.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have an enforcer being the captain. You can't have a Buckets Porter being the captain. Doesn't make sense.
True. Wearing too many hats.
Yeah, he's an enforcer. He's not. He needs that freedom of. But if you need him to, you can't take your enforcer and make a decision all of a sudden. It just confuses his game.
Okay.
Yeah, because you even report late to. Let's say the referee has done a penalty. You will report late because he's still in a fist fight with another guy there.
Yeah.
So he's an enforcer. You don't want him to be captain, especially if it's someone who's got a more senior role. Dwayne has always been. If he was on captain, Dwayne would have been captain, and we would not have a problem with that.
Yeah, but also I think it then speaks to the leader group process that the
Springboks. It's always been the same.
It's just not relying on just one person.
No, definitely no. Even if another captain is actually Pollard, when he's back, he becomes captain. He's actually vice captain to Sihle. Yeah, well, but even if Dwayne is Pollard is the captain, because But for me, I love Dwayne being the captain. The team just gels better. Not necessarily gels better, but they perform to his standard.
I think they're more level-headed because he's been doing it for the longest time.
Plus, I'm earmarking him to be a Springbok coach after he retires, actually, to join the team for the 2027 World Cup. That's how far ahead we are at the moment.
Hey, you heard it here first.
Yeah, we heard it here first.
So when the announcement comes,
don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I told you guys, 2027, Dwayne will be the coach. Will be in the
July
coaching team.
2023. You heard it from the Weekend Guy podcast first.
Yeah, that Dwayne will be in the coaching team for the 2027 World Cup
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
in Australia, by the way.
Okay.